William Morrow and HarperAudio present The Christmas Guest, a novella by Peter Swanson, performed by Esther Wane. For two aunts, Pearl Taylor Moynihan, who disliked Christmas, and for Sue Ellis Swayze, who doesn't particularly like it either. "I wear the chain I forged in life," replied the ghost. Charles Dickens, A Christmas Carol. 1. Since I have no family of my own, I am yearly asked by friends and colleagues to their homes for the Christmas holidays. I always say no, pleading my case that I am perfectly content to be alone for a week. And mostly I am. I read a good book, maybe re-watch some of my favourite films. On Christmas Day, I roast a chicken and eat it with crispy potatoes and Brussels sprouts. My cat, Elspeth, likes a bit of roast chicken too, and I let her sit on the kitchen counter as a special treat. In the afternoon, I often clean my apartment or reorganize my bookshelves. Sometimes, if the weather is nice, I'll take a walk across Manhattan, see if there is a movie playing that looks interesting. I am not completely alone. The doorman, Howard, and I usually find time for a glass of whiskey, and I have a close friend, also without family, who often drops by, although she hasn't for the past couple of years. This year, Christmas Day has arrived on the heels of a wet, sleety nor'easter that rattles the windows of my apartment. So after my roast chicken, I decide to skip the walk and tackle my bedroom closet. I am lucky enough to live in a 2-bedroom apartment, and I'm slightly embarrassed to say that I've turned the second bedroom into a walk-in closet. But I work in fundraising, and sometimes I feel as though half my life is spent at galas and cocktail parties. I need a lot of dresses and a lot of shoes. The closet in my bedroom has become my default storage space, filled with boxes containing mementos of my past lives. All that bric-a-brac that is impossible to throw away, and yet completely useless. I open the door gingerly, expecting an avalanche of photo albums and souvenirs to tumble out. That would make for quite a New York story. Lonely single woman crushed to death while cleaning closet on Christmas Day. Cat kept alive by remaining roast chicken dinner. But the boxes stay aloft long enough for me to remove them from the closet one by one and place them on the floor. My goal is to throw away maybe a quarter of what I've kept. I start with a box that I must have filled during my first few years in New York City. I find a packet of photographs that chronicle a New Year's Eve party in the East Village, worth keeping, and a DVD box set of Seinfeld seasons 1 and 2 that goes directly in the trash. I tell myself this is going to be easier than I thought. By the time I've turned on the lamps in my apartment, I've been through almost all the boxes and filled 2 small trash bags. I'm working on the oldest boxes now, including one that smells like mothballs and contains my grandmother's purse, and another that has a childhood doll I'm loath, for some reason, to throw out. Underneath my birth certificate and my cancelled passports, I find an immediately recognizable diary. White moleskin with a ribbon bookmark, and pick it up, scooching backward along the Persian rug to rest against my bed. I flip through the pages, arriving at an entry from December 1989, exactly 30 years ago. I decide to take a look, not entirely sure that I'm prepared to go back in time to that annus horribilis, that murderous year, but also knowing that once I start to read, I won't be able to stop. There is a famous quote, the first line from L.P. Hartley's The Go-Between, a book about remembering, although every book is a book about remembering, isn't it? The past is a foreign country. They do things differently there. In my case, the past really is a foreign country. And yes, they do things very differently there.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?